Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel MedCap. In this video, I am going to talk about one of the important gland, that is the prostate. It comes under the chapter male genital organs. As far as concerned with the university exams, it is one of the important questions. Prostate is a fibromuscular glandular organ which surrounds the prostatic urethra. In the diagram, this is the neck of the urinary bladder, this is the internal urethral orifice, and this is the external urethral orifice. In the males, urethra extends from internal urethral orifice at the neck of the urinary bladder up to the external urethral orifice at the tip of the glans penis. So during this course, the urethra is divided into prostatic urethra, membranous urethra, and spongy urethra. So prostate surrounds the prostatic urethra. Now we will study the prostate gland under important subheadings: location, shape, size, measurements, external features and relations, lobes of the gland, and the capsules covering it. First, we will see the location of the prostate gland. It is located in the lesser pelvis. Lesser pelvis is the pelvis below the pelvic inlet. It is called as lesser pelvis because of lesser in diameter. So it is located in the lesser pelvis below the neck of the urinary bladder. This is the neck of the urinary bladder and it is located below the neck of the urinary bladder and above the urogenital diaphragm. This is the urogenital diaphragm. It is located above the urogenital diaphragm and it lies in front of the ampulla of the rectum. This is the ampulla of the rectum and the gland lies in front of the ampulla of the rectum and it lies behind the lower part of the pubic symphysis. This is the upper part of the pubic symphysis and this is the lower part of the pubic symphysis. So it lies behind the lower part of the pubic symphysis. Now we will see shape, size and measurement. The shape of the prostate gland is inverted cone, but this model is inverted pyramid. So assume these borders as curved. Coming to the measurements, prostate gland is 3 cm in length, 4 cm in width and 2 cm in thickness. Next is the external features and relations. As already said, prostate gland is an inverted cone in shape. So it presents a apex and a base and it also comprises 4 surfaces. This is the anterior surface and these two are the two inferolateral surfaces and this is the posterior surface. Apex, it is directed downwards and it rests on the superior surface of the urogenital diaphragm. It is directed downwards and it rests on the superior surface of the urogenital diaphragm. This is the inferior surface and this is the superior surface. So it rests on the superior surface of the urogenital diaphragm. Base, it is directed upwards and it surrounds the neck of the urinary bladder. It is directed upward and it surrounds the neck of the urinary bladder. Now we will see the surfaces. Anterior surface, it is narrow and it is convex from side to side. It is situated 2 cm behind the pubic symphysis. It is situated 2 cm behind the pubic symphysis and it is separated from the pubic symphysis by a space which is known as retropubic space. This anterior surface is pierced by the urethra little above the apex. This we will understand by the diagram. This is the sagittal section. This is the apex. This is the anterior surface. So the anterior surface is pierced by the urethra little above the apex. The posterior surface, it is broad, flat and it lies in front of the ampulla of the rectum. So this is the posterior surface and it lies in front of the ample of the rectum, and it is separated from this by a fascia which is called as fascia of Denon-Villiers. The posterior surface, it presents certain features. It is divided into upper smaller area and lower larger area by a sulcus called as transverse sulcus. This sulcus on either side of the median plane, it is pierced by a ejaculatory ducts. These are the openings of the ejaculatory duct. The lower larger area is divided into two lateral lobes by a sulcus which is called as posteromedian sulcus. Now coming to the inferolateral surfaces. These inferolateral surfaces are related to the anterior fibers of the levator ani. So these are the inferolateral surfaces. These are related to the anterior fibers of the levator ani muscle. Next, we will learn about the lobes of the prostate gland. Prostate gland consists of 5 lobes: anterior lobe, posterior lobe, median lobe, and 2 lateral lobes. This is the prostate gland. If we take the horizontal section, then the view appears like this. This is the anterior lobe, this is the posterior lobe, this is the median lobe, these are the 2 lateral lobes. This is the urethra, and these 2 are the ejaculatory ducts, and this is the prostatic opening. Firstly, anterior lobe. Anterior lobe is in front of the urethra and it connects the 2 lateral lobes. It does not contain glandular tissue, hence it is oftenly called as isthmus. Next, posterior lobe. Posterior lobe is behind the ejaculatory duct and it also connects the 2 lateral lobes. The primary carcinoma usually begins in this lobe. Median lobe. Median lobe is wedge shaped. It is behind the upper part of the urethra and in front of the ejaculatory ducts. Next are the 2 lateral lobes. These lie on either side of the urethra, and as already said, on the posterior surface of the prostate gland, the 2 lateral lobes are separated from each other by the posterior median sulcus. Next, the capsules covering the prostate gland. These are true capsule and false capsule. True capsule, it is formed by the condensation of peripheral fibrous stroma of the gland. Hence, it is closely related to the gland. Next is the false capsule. It is derived from the pelvic fascia. Hence, it is outside the true capsule. It envelopes both bladder as well as the prostate gland in the same compartment. Intervening between the false capsule and the true capsule is the prostatic venous plexus. At lastly, clinical correlation of the prostate gland. First is benign prostatic hypertrophy. Second is prostatic carcinoma. Benign prostatic hypertrophy. In the males above the 50 years of age, the prostate gland is enlarged due to the hypertrophy of median lobe, forming adenoma. Its clinical features are increase in the frequency of the urination, urgency of the urination, difficulty in starting and stopping the urination, a sense of incomplete emptying of the bladder. Next is prostatic carcinoma. It usually occurs after the 50 years of age. As already said, the carcinoma is commonly found in the posterior lobe. Next, its clinical features. There is a pain in the perineum, there is urinary obstruction and difficulty in the urination. This is all about the prostate gland. So if you feel that the content had given some knowledge, then please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for the notification of upcoming videos.